Good afternoon. It is Wednesday, July 21st, 2021. And I just want to welcome everyone to the Seattle's Eastside Real Estate Podcast. I'm Dan Edwards, managing broker of the Eastside Real Estate team. And we are looking forward to a great show today. We've got some great information about buying now or buying later. There's a lot of data including affordability indexes, as well as kind of the feeling, what the consumers are feeling. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We thank everybody for watching. If you're watching live, please subscribe on YouTube or Facebook. Actually, we're not on YouTube, we're on Facebook. So I don't know if you can subscribe. You can like our page. You can share this live stream. You can comment, and I tell you, I won't answer any comments because I'm not looking at the comment section. I don't even know if I can. I might distract myself, from actually just delivering this. But if you want to listen to this and past podcasts, you can find us anywhere podcasts are cast, on Apple and Google Podcasts, Spotify, and all the others. Whatever you like, you can find. Just search Seattle Eastside Real Estate Podcast, and you will find it. Today, we're going to be welcoming Jasmine Dalida, owner of Fit4Mom, Bellevue and Mercer Island, to discuss safe and exclusive spaces to work out as a mom. But before we get into that, we are going to get into some real talk. And like I mentioned, our topic today is diving deep into the current buyer's concerns about buying a home. So some of the statistics that came out last week, Fannie Mae released their HPSI, that is Home Purchase Sentiment Index. And it sounds kind of complicated, but it's basically this. They surveyed current homeowners and renters on their sentiment, how they felt about buying in this coming year. Now, 77% of those respondents said it's a good time to sell, right? That makes sense. But it also, they confirmed that when they asked Americans if they felt they saw an increasing number that it may be a bad time. Now, that's just the sentiment. That doesn't necessarily mean the truth. We're going to unpack that here today. So the percentage of those surveyed saying it's a bad time to buy hit 64%. That was up from 56% last month. So things are kind of uncertain in the sentiment. And let me just explain this. The HPSI explains that consumers are continue to cite high home prices as a predominant reason for their ongoing and significant diversion in sentiment towards home buying and home selling conditions. All surveyed segments have expressed greater negativity towards home buying over the last few months. Renters who say they're planning to buy a home in the next few years have demonstrated even a steeper decline in home buying sentiment over homeowners. And it's really likely that the affordability concerns are what's driving that. So let's look closely at the market conditions that impact home affordability. First off, it's mortgage payment. So the mortgage payment is determined by the price of the home and the mortgage. That's two things, right? The price of the home and the mortgage. Lately, monthly mortgage payments have gone up for buyers for two key reasons. Well, mortgage rates have increased from about 2.65% in January of 2021 to just about 3% today. Now, meanwhile, home prices over the last 12 months have increased 15%. So you're getting a double whammy: home prices going up and interest rates going up. And based on those rising factors, homes may be less affordable today, but it doesn't mean they're not affordable. So what is affordability, right? Well, let's break down what's called the ATTOM data. Okay, this is Home Affordability Report for the second quarter. And what it explained in this report was that the ownership cost of a typical home as a percentage of average national wage. So when you get a loan from the bank, you are subject to ratios, and one is the debt to income ratio, and the other is the home price to income ratio. And they're different for FHA loans versus conventional loans. But what it showed, so basically this index basically showed that the typical home price as a percentage of your income increased from 22.2% in the second quarter of 2020 to 25.2%. Super crazy, a lot of weird numbers, but basically what it means is this: about a 3% bump in the actual home. So your mortgage is about 3% more than it was a year ago. But here's the thing, is currently that percentage, that home ratio to income, Standards are at 28%. So the Freddie and Fannie and all those guys say, okay, your home price, what is the term? The average percentage of your wage can't exceed 28%. So at 25%, even though it's up for 22%, it's still more than it was, but below what they allow by 3%. So I know it sounds super complicated, but here's the deal. There are two major questions. Do you buy now? Do you buy later? Do you pay someone else's mortgage, or do you kind of figure out a way to get into a place? Because the one thing that we know is for certain is that appreciation is going to continue at this rate. And in the greater Seattle area and on the east side, we will most likely continue to see 10% appreciation annually for the next 2 to 3 years, depending on how the economy goes. So the alternative number one is to figure out a way to buy. Alternative number two is to rent instead. Here's the bad news on that, is rental prices have grown 9.22% in the last year. So when you buy a home, you're locking in an interest rate, 30-year fixed in most cases, not always, and a purchase price at that time. When you rent, you're subject to rental hikes constantly. And that's what a lot of people actually call me 1 month, 2 month, once they get a kind of a report or their landlord saying, hey, it's time to re-up, and they see what that amount is. They see sticker shock and they go, gosh, why don't I just go ahead and buy something? Now we have an alternative there, but it's a limited opportunity for the right type of person. So we have been for some time working with a company called Home Partners of America. We featured them on this podcast. And the way they work is for those folks that are thinking about renting, maybe waiting to purchase, this may be a perfect, because it's an option to purchase transaction. So essentially the company, Home Partners of America, purchases the house on your behalf and you become the tenant. And you have a fixed value that you purchase that home for in the future. So it's not a concern about necessarily worrying about what your rental rate will be, because it's outlined there, because you are paying rent. But then you have an option to purchase. And what we've seen is that these options to purchase are below market value. What I mean by that is we don't know what the predicted appreciation would be for that specific home, but you know in advance what you're going to get. So it's another alternative to choosing to not buy. Here's the downside. The max in the Seattle area is $550,000. Okay, so it's not the mean or the average. But if that's in your budget and that's something that works for you, reach out to our team. We'll be happy to help. We should be able to find for you a home that allows you to transition into ownership. And let's say the worst thing happens, the market crashes, which I don't see any prediction for that whatsoever. But let's just say it flatlines. Well, you can walk away. You don't have to buy the house. So those are kind of some of those options, rent to own. So in conclusion, if you continue to rent, your chances are your rent will go up. If you're looking to buy and lock in today's interest rate and today's price, and I can tell you people that I talked to a year ago that are kicking themselves for not buying a year ago, and now find themselves in a spot where it's less affordable for them, but still affordable. And it's, most, I think they're predicting by the end of 2022 that mortgage rates will be about 4%. So we'll see what happens with that. But with all the inflation that we're seeing going on, there's probably an eventuality that that's going to have to happen. Some housing market analysts are saying that home prices are going to continue to increase, but at a more moderate rate. For the greater Seattle area, I don't know that we can go off of the nationwide average. So those are nationwide numbers. Long story short, you most likely want to have a more in-depth conversation about your specific needs. And if that's the case, you can reach out to the Eastside Real Estate team. You can call us at 425-200-4093, 425-200-4093. Now, next up, before our next guest, we're going to take a short commercial break. So we will, let's take this commercial break and then we'll welcome our guest in here. Have you ever had the feeling that home repairs are taking over your life? With all of our busy schedules, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. There are many things that go wrong at home, and often they seem to happen at the same time, right? Well, if you're like me, home ownership can sometimes feel unmanageable. And that's where you have to have some great resources. And the Eastside Real Estate team works with a lot of great businesses. One of the businesses that we have had the honor and pleasure of recommending to our clients is Done to Spec Handyman and Contract Services. Full disclosure, they've worked on my house many of times, and I've been very happy with my experience with Done to Spec. They work with homeowners to explore the issues, identify solutions, and correct problems before they snowball into something bigger. You can find them on their website at donetospec.com, or you can give them a call at 425-996-9559. That's donetospec.com or 425-996-9559. Done to Spec, prompt, reliable, professional. All right, back to the show. So you're listening to Seattle's Eastside Real Estate Podcast, and we're here with Jasmine Dalida, owner of Fit4Mom, Bellevue and Mercer Island. And we're going to learn more about her company and discuss safe and inclusive place to be a new mom. Jasmine is a mother of two, her son Orion and her daughter Cassiopeia. I just want to say that if I was given permission, I would have named my kids after constellations too. That's pretty awesome. That's very cool. Do you like the stars?
We do. My husband and I, we like to call ourselves amateur stargazers. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's so cool. Orion and Cassiopeia. Did you say Cassiopeia or Cassiopeia?
Cassiopeia, and she'll correct you. She'll let you know. If you try to call her Cass or Cassie, she'll let you know.
Oh, you can't even shorten it.
Nope. She'll let you know.
Awesome. So Jasmine founded Fit4Mom Bellevue classes when her daughter was just 6 weeks old, and she's been hooked ever since. She started by attending stroller strides and then did the run club and stroller bar and body back, known as Body Well, when she returned to working full time. But now she has been the biggest fan and cheerleader from day one. She loves that Fit4Mom offers community, fitness, laughter in all caps. So I'm guessing there's lots of laughter.
There's lots of laughter.
And a support system through all the seasons of motherhood. Motherhood can be a tough adventure to navigate, and we don't always have all the answers. But one thing Jasmine knows for sure is that the days she works out with these mamas are much better than the days she does, the days she doesn't. And she knows that it's not just because of the workout or the endorphins or the sweat, but all of the above and much, much more. All right, Jasmine, welcome to the show.
Thank you. So excited to be here. Just fingers crossed that my kids don't come down the stairs and find me in my office. It's very possible.
Got it. No worries. We are very, very flexible on this. No worries. So you attended New York University and you have a master's in general and special education. That's awesome.
Yes, that's correct. Thank you.
What is this eclectic educator moniker that you proclaim?
Yeah. So I have taught everything. I have taught from preschool all the way up to high school, SAT, ACT, test prep. So I've always, looking for something new. I'm the kind of person who it's hard to settle. I'm a very typical millennial. I have a hard time just settling in
lots
one
of
thing.
irons in the fire.
Yeah. I like to be all over. And that's kind of my education career has been in everything, bits and pieces of everything.
Now, tell me about what happened when COVID hit.
Yeah. So when COVID hit, I was an academic director for one of the local private schools in Bellevue, and I was loving my job. Everything was going great. And then COVID hit, and Cassiopeia has asthma. And so we knew we were going to be one of those families who were really shut in. And so unfortunately, that meant that I would not be able to keep my job. And so I have tried being a stay-at-home mom many a times. It just never quite worked out because, like I said, I'm a very busybody. And so when this opportunity came up, the previous owner is a very close friend of mine. And when this opportunity came up, I was actually very surprised because my husband was the one who was like, "Oh yeah, you'd be great with that."
Nice.
And so I had a lot of support, and I decided to be that crazy lady who opened a business during COVID. So here we are. We're celebrating our 1-year anniversary actually next month, August 23rd.
So let me flash back to COVID. So you hear this organization that you've been a part of that, like you said, it's like I work out every morning. I didn't this morning, but just about every morning. And there's a
Yeah.
difference between a day of working out and a day
Oh,
not.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you know, moms of young kids have a lot of pressure on them, a lot of
Yeah.
energy. And, you know, I'm so proud of all the women out there that choose to either work and be a mom or, you know, stay home and be a mom. No matter what,
Yeah.
it's a huge undertaking. So having those endorphins, having those friends and stuff like that is a big deal. So they decide to shut down in like
Yeah.
when we need it most, because workouts for
Yeah.
me last year were really difficult to try and get myself up to go do it. How did you guys navigate through that?
Yeah, it was really tough. I mean, any business owner during COVID, I'm sure can attest. We had to roll with the punches. And when I found out that they were going to close, before I had actually talked to my husband, actually, I texted Katie and I was like, "No, you're not." I said, we're gonna figure this out." Because I know, especially being, I was a younger mom and I was the first of my friends to have a kid, and it was really tough for me. There's so many things that just naturally make you feel alone. And Fit for Mom was one of those things, a safe place, a safe community of friends where not only did we work out, but we had moms nights out and long talks after class where I could say like, "Oh my God, my son is crazy," and there was no judgment. It's just like, "I know, mine too," and we were able to talk. And so I knew that our community needed this. Bellevue needs this. Mercer Island, we need this. And so when I found out she was closing, I was just like, we got to fight tooth and nail, whatever we got to do to keep this alive, especially for all those COVID babies and all those new
Right.
moms who had to navigate what, honestly ends up being one of the, here we go, ends up being one of the most loneliest points in your life, by yourself, and
Yeah.
during quarantine.
The
So
fear of the
we had to do
pandemic,
something.
health issues. Oh yeah, yeah.
We had to do something. So here we are. We made
Cool. So what
it.
programs do you offer, Jasmine?
Yeah, so currently we are offering two programs. We have Fit for Baby, which is our prenatal class. And then we have our bread and butter, which is stroller strides. We're offering that 3 days a week, 2 days at Bellevue Downtown Park and 1 day at Crossroads. Coming the end of the summer, we're also offering Body Well, which is a hit workout. It's kid free. We jam to all the 2000s club hits, Usher, all that good stuff. And we get in one heck of a workout. And it's a program that helps to refocus and reflect on you and your habits, your eating habits, your exercise habits, and just making sure that you are your best self so you can be your best mom. Um,
Yeah.
and so we have, yeah. Mhm.
Oh, no, no. So are there more programs? I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, so like I said, we have Stroller Strides now, Fit for Babies running now. Body Well is coming soon, so that's our kid-free hit workout, and then we also have Run Club, which tends to be a favorite in our area, and that will be coming in September as well.
Run Club. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So what do you do to keep the kids engaged while you're trying to work out? Right?
Yeah, this is one of my biggest questions I get from moms is, how are you going to get my kid to sit in the stroller the whole time? So what we do is we have lots of bubbles. Kids love bubbles,
Oh,
and it also just becomes a fun thing. Like they see mama working out and they see how fun it is, and so they want to join in too. And a lot of moms are really worried, like, "Oh, my kid's not going to sit the whole time." At the end of class, we have our tummy work, and it's tummy time for mommy and baby. So we do some serious core work on the mat, and you can also bring baby down to the mat. Like I said, I've been doing stroller strides since Cass was 6 weeks, who's now sitting here putting on my lip gloss at 3.5 years old. And so it's very, very kid friendly. We keep them busy. We have fun songs, and we're doing silly tickles and moves as we're working out. So it's a great time.
yeah. Think about the crunches you can do when you put the baby up here and then
Oh
go forward,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
for sure. The planks with the kids. I have a picture on Facebook doing a plank, and both kids are on my back. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, that's great. It's extra weight. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
So is it a super hard workout?
It is not. If you want it to be, I'm talking. I'm talking to a boy. One moment. If it's everything, is it a girl or a boy? If it's what you want it to be. So I have been there where I'm like, oh, best friend's wedding is in 2 months. We gotta like crunch time with stroller strides, and I'm hitting it hard. And there's other times, most times for me, where I'm just there for the endorphins. I'm there for to get in a good workout and to get myself to a point where I'm like, ooh, okay, I got a sweat, feeling good. It is what you want it to be. If you want a harder workout, I've got lots of tricks in my bag that can make it tougher. If you, like I said, just want to come release some endorphins and get your body moving, which is so important as a mama, I got you too. So it is what you want it to be.
Scalable, basically.
Totally scalable. I mean, we have moms. I have one of my moms who's 32 weeks pregnant this week, who's out there with her 2-year-old and her tummy. So it is, it's what you want it to. And you have moms like me who are 3.5 years postpartum. So it is what you want it to be.
Awesome. So what social events do you guys do in addition to workouts?
Yes. So mama needs a night out. It's very important. Just like you need date night, you need mom date night. So we do mom's night outs. We try to do them every other month. Summer, we get a little more social. So we're like once a month right now. We just went to Rock Box in Seattle, which is a really fun karaoke bar. And so we did some karaokeing. We sang super loud to Let It Go. It was a really good time. We have those. We also have, what's it called? We had a trunk meetup. So to keep that social distance and whatnot. Lots of fun. We also have family stroller strides and Dadder Day. So we bring dads out or partners out. It can be grandma, best friend, whoever, and you have a great workout with a friend or a family. And we do that about every other month as well.
That's awesome. So that's cool. So you're combining that community with.
Yes, community is everything. It's everything. Oh yeah.
You know what? And I really recognize that in the past, working out was like you just kind of went to the gym. Maybe you put on a show, right? Or some of the gyms, but they didn't really incorporate community. And there were a lot of boot camps that have broken out where there's some colleagues of mine do guys workout where they show up in the park. I wish I could remember the name of it. But it's just that community is kind of what keeps us somewhat obligated, but it's also a reward in itself too, right?
Oh yeah. It's accountability. Cool. You give and you get. And it's also, we found that with mamas, that is what we need the most. You need someone to vent to about diaper rash or breastfeeding or whatever it is that you may be going through. Kindergarten. I got a kindergartner starting next month. So Ryan, good job. Yeah. Ryan, so you need that community and that camaraderie. It's very, very important.
So if somebody's currently pregnant, you said you had somebody 32 weeks, that means they're ready to go any day. Is it safe or how soon afterwards?
It is very safe. So all of our workouts are prenatal safe, postnatal safe, and carrying safe. So if you have a baby, like Orion was a baby who stayed in a carrier for still now. So if you have one of those kiddos who might need to be in a carrier, you are so welcome to come with a carrier to our stroller strides classes. Like I said, we're also totally available for moms who are with baby, well, it's beginning of pregnancy, end of pregnancy. All of our workouts are safe and scientifically proven to be a-okay for mamas who are expecting or postpartum. For our postpartum moms, we always just ask that 6 weeks postpartum, and that you have permission from doctor to start working out again. Gotcha. And once you have those two things, you're good to go.
Well, okay.
I'm almost done.
So how do folks sign up to be there?
Yes, if you want to sign up, first class is always free. So if you want to sign up, you just go to Bellevue at fit4mom.com. Bellevue.fit4mom.com.
Gotcha.
And you can click on the link for your first free class and get signed up. We always welcome moms to come out for a trial class, see how you like it, see how your little one likes it. And then if you'd like to join us, we're here for you.
Awesome. Jasmine, thank you. I see that you've got some obligations to head off to. I appreciate
always.
You coming on. It never stops. It never stops.
Never.
I'm at a point where my youngest is going off to college. So it's like, that's when it stops. It's going to be interesting. So just hang on to these times because it'll happen in the blink of an eye.
Oh, yes, it does. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for coming on. And if anybody listening or watching wants to reach out to Jasmine for more information, you can visit her website at bellevue.fit4mom.com. BellevueFit4mom.com. Thanks, Jasmine.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon. Thanks, guys.
All right, we're always looking to feature new guests and local businesses on our show. If you or someone you know would like to be a great guest, please reach out to our team. We'd love to feature and support these local businesses. And if you're trying to decide if now is the right time to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, let's connect and discuss your options. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy this fantastic summer we're having. I'm Dan Edwards with the Eastside Real Estate Team. Thanks again for watching.